I know it's 2 days till Halloween, but you know what? Today I decided that today would be the final video of Halloween marathon. So today, going to talk about the couple of shows that you probably would want to watch for Halloween. So, one of them is a YouTuber. One is when two of them are actually three of them are TV shows. So, if you've heard, seen my videos on both this channel and my other channel, DJ Plays, I've mentioned before the Angry Video Game Nerd. Well, the Angry Video Game Nerd is James Wolfe. Now, James Wolfe is the creator of the site Cinemassacre. Now, Cinemassacre is a very awesome channel. And every year, he does a marathon similar to, say, Elvira. And every year he talks about Halloween movies like Frankenstein. And this is called Monster Madness. Cinemassacre's Monster Madness. It even does an Angry Video Game Nerd review during Halloween around this time too. It's usually something about some sort of movie, like one year he did one's based on a couple of times he's done one's based on the movie Alien. He's also done ones on the black. He's also done some on black and white movies like Dawn of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead, and among others. And so, yeah, he's a pretty cool person. In fact, this year he's looking into more modern ones. So, the other guy I want to talk about is Svengoolie. Now, Svengoolie is no stranger to black and white movies. He usually does movies all year long. I don't know if he still does, like, to do it for, because of COVID. But, in the pandemic, in recent years, he hasn't really done a whole lot of the whole thing, of the stuff he does now, that back then, before COVID happened. But, here's the thing. He has a thing to where because he makes bad jokes all the time, people start throwing rubber chickens at him. My mom and stepdad loves Svengoolie, and I myself have been watching Svengoolie every year around Halloween because he shows movies like Frankenstein, Dracula. Like last year, I watched him during his Frankenstein movie marathon. And he does commentary, kind of like Elvira. It's pretty cool. So the other two shows I want to talk about is on Food Network. There's Halloween Baking Championship and Halloween Wars. The Halloween Baking Championship is basically, they have a lot of people, they have quite a bit of people going there. Carla Hall. I think there's another guy that, I don't remember, his last name is Young, and I don't remember his first name. And then there's another guy. It's usually a big celebrity who is hosting this show. One year was the ventriloquist slash comedian Jeff Dunham. And if you know me, I'm a big Jeff Dunham fan. What they do is they make stuff kind of like Cake Wars or something, but in Halloween style. And it's a weekly competition, just like the other one I'm going to talk about here in a minute. And they bake like really spooky stuff, and they have a Christmas one too, and it's really awesome. I'll talk about that maybe this year. I don't know. I've decided on if I'm also going to talk about TV specials or not this year. But every week, the judges, dress as something different. Like, every single week is a new theme. Sometimes they'll dress up as a vampire that's all gothic or something, or a witch, or a Frankenstein monster. I remember one time Carter Hall had a clown outfit on, and it was hilarious. And then we got Halloween Wars. Halloween Wars is a little different. So what they do on Halloween Wars is they have have 4 or 5 teams going up against each other, and what happens is they make stuff out of pumpkins, candy, and sugar sculptures, depending on the theme of the week. First thing they do is called the small scare. What a small scare is usually it's a cake along with a pumpkin, and they have 3 designers. They have the pumpkin artist, the cake artist, and the sugar artist, and they all work together. Now sometimes they clash with each other, push against you pretty easily when you're in a competition like this. I remember one time watching, and a chef actually walked out and said, "I'm done. I'm done. I'm through." And they had to they had to find another person to take over for this guy, because he just literally quit in the middle of the show. And like I said, there's themes each week. Like, sometimes it's one year they had a vampire versus werewolf theme. One time they had a zombie wedding. I'm not kidding. So you're probably wondering, well, how did they do this? How did they keep the pumpkin from not causing anything to fall apart? Let me tell you, according to these people, when you watch this show, it's not easy. They've had pumpkins fall apart on them, especially when they're carving them. One time I was watching, I was like, "What?" And they've also had accidents happen on the show. It's just like any other competition. An accident's going to happen. Like, someone could cut their finger trying to carve the pumpkin, or someone could burn their head working with circuit work. And just like and usually when they do this stuff, it has to be, and there's another stuff I forgot about too, and I'll talk about it here in a minute, and it's come up in recent years, that's why I forgot about it. But so what they do is they take the pumpkin, the sugar works, and the cake, and they put it together. And during the big event of the night, what they do is they had to put together a pumpkin, sugar work, and the candy all together. And what they have to do is they have to make bite-sized treats for judges to eat. Not only are the judges looking at the stuff they made, they have to eat what these people make. And they are judged by creativity. I think it's how close we get to the theme and something else. And I'm telling you, Preston gets through it pretty easily. The last one I want to talk about is I think it's haunted gingerbread houses or something like that. And it's basically them making, you guys see gingerbread houses, right? What they're doing is they're making gingerbread houses, kind of like Christmas, but it's Halloween. And it's the same thing as Halloween Wars without the pumpkin. And it's pretty cool. It's great. So I'm telling you, if you have not seen any of these shows, I would suggest you watch them, especially Haunted Gingerbread Competition. They're all three awesome. These three shows on Food Network are great. Svengoolie is great. Cinemassacre, Monster Madness is a must-watch YouTube series that you should watch every single year, if you can. I mean, sometimes, one year, James Wolfe was like, I'm not doing it on YouTube. I'm going to do it on my Cinemassacre site. And if you don't, and it's okay, because Cinemassacre's got some good stuff too. Anyway, that is the end of this year's Halloween movie and video game series and video game marathon. Next year, it's going to be all about Courage the Cowardly Dog. I hope you guys enjoyed it this year. Stay tuned in December. It is going to be more of my Christmas marathon, and maybe I might even do another advent calendar. Like, comment, subscribe, share. I'll see you guys in December. And I'll see you guys on the next video. I promise you, I have more in store before December.